going on, Jeromes? So the Minnesota Vikings brought back guard Dalton Risner back into the mix last week, and it has been interesting, right? Because they did commit to Blake Brandel, and they have said that Blake Brandel is going to be having the inside track to start left guard after he signed a 3-year, $9.5 million deal. And Dalton Risner, Risner played well last year after they brought him in week 3, and eventually he won the starting job after they traded Ezra Cleveland to Jacksonville. And again, the Vikings have been plagued by such inconsistent offensive line play that it was weird that the Vikings didn't hop on bringing Risner back right away, or the fact that Risner didn't get sniffs elsewhere. He started 12 games at left guard last year, 67.4 PFF pass block grade. Remember, 60 is about average. 30 pressures, 0 sacks allowed. Great teammate by all reports, fun in the media, and it's just odd. It's just odd, man. Right, but either way, the Vikings did bring him back, and Kevin O'Connell elaborated that this is going to be a legitimate competition. Quote: Blake has been a guy really since he's gotten here. He has been asked to really be ready to play 2 or 3 different spots at one time. 2 or 3 spots at one time, man. So our challenge of Blake was really embrace that left guard spot through the spring. There was a purpose and a plan, and bringing Dalton to create a very competitive situation at that left guard spot. Want to play the best 5 guys we can. Now, again, no comment about Ed Ingram at right guard, so he might remain. But either way, just words are words, but actions are actions. And by the actions, they paid Brandel 3 years, $9.5 million deal, half of that guaranteed. And Risner's deal is very minuscule. 1 year up to $2.41 million, $500K in roster bonuses available, only $600K guaranteed at signing. So that's not a lot, especially for someone who was a significant starter last year. But either way, Risner is back. He's happy to be back into the fold, and he elaborated to the local media Jackals on Tuesday about why he ended up re-signing. This is from Jeff Wald, Fox 9. Risner talked about, after practice day, about coming back to the Vikings on one-year deal. Quote: I love the Vikings. I think it's a respect deal. There's no reason to wait out a team that had an offer on the table. Now, initially in the offseason, it was reported that the Vikings had no contact, no offer on the table, but apparently they did come around and put that offer on the table. And like I said, it's not a mega contract. I don't think it's any aspersion on how Blake Brandel has looked the first 2 weeks of OTAs, but I think it's just too much value that they couldn't pass up. And Kevin O'Connell talked about having depth at the interior offensive line spot for the first time in forever. There's no reason to wait out a team that already had an offer on the table. So basically, Vikings made an offer and just like, all right, let's do it. And it continued. To be honest with you, I wasn't getting much action anywhere else, which is such a great line. So again, it's sort of weird that Risner was a very serviceable average to above average starting guard last year, and he got 0 sniffs elsewhere for the second offseason in a row. And remember, he wasn't bad with Denver either, but really happy to have him back in the fold. I'm actually even more happy that he went on a restaurant rant. So he was asked about which restaurants that he's hit up again, and he had some legitimate thoughts and got super excited about. So Taco Libre is fantastic. 4 metro locations. The one in St. Paul is great. And he hyped up the quesadilla. So burrito tacos are sort of the new rage nowadays. So grilled tacos and come with a little bit of au jus, and it's just like a deliciousness, right? But make a quesadilla out of that. Come on, baby. Let's go. Also, Tona Pizza and cheesesteak. So there's like 7 metro locations, but I think the St. Paul one is the best. But so it's great. The cheesesteaks are good, but the wood fire pizza, just that crust is really, really good. And so as I've gotten older, I've just gotten more like simple with my pizza taste, and they have a really good mushroom pizza. It's like a white sauce. I think it's called fungi or fungo or something like that, and it's just really, really good. It reminds me, so Black Sheep Pizza had a mushroom, like a legitimate 4 mushroom pizza. That was so freaking good, man. That coal-fired pizza, baby. Come on. Kindred Hearth, which is in Eagan, which is, I believe it's attached to the hotel next to TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill. That's the only one I haven't been to. It's kind of odd. Then also you hyped up Nashville Coop, 3 locations in the metro, and it's just Nashville spicy chicken. It's like very simple, straightforward menu. You got like a sandwich, you got tenders, and that's really about it. But the chicken is really, really good, right? And so when I went there, I got the I got the growling, which is like the second spiciest one. So for me, so I'm Korean, and story time. So I was adopted by a Norwegian German family, and our diet was very plain. Like there's very little spice, like no spiciness, no hot sauce, no anything. So like for the first 17 years of my life, I just ate like a Norwegian, right? And then I go to college, and I meet up with all these. So I had an international, what is it? Cultural diversity scholarship. So for the scholarship, I had to go hang out with the international students like a couple times a semester, and they're really cool. Like they accepted me until they found out that I was actually just like a white person, like a double agent. But I mean, so we had some great Koreans at Winona State, which is the Harvard of the Midwest, and I started eating kimchi. I started eating gochujang. I started eating like a lot of really spicy foods, and I loved them because I think what it is, like I was genetically predispositioned to like spicy foods, even though I just never had them when I was a kid. Like spicy food for me as a kid was, the Taco Bell sauce, right? But what the hell are we talking about? Oh, so for me, like I like spicy, but it's got to be spicy with a purpose. Like the spice has to have flavor. I mean, just being hot for hot's sake, it's whatever. I mean, you're just you're just setting yourself up for a very painful morning dump as you're watching the daily Vikings dump. But so the Nashville hot chicken at Nashville Coop is really good. So get the sandwich because they got the coleslaw on there too. Where I feel like any summer sandwich needs that coleslaw in it. Come on, man, it's just really good. It's fantastic. What the hell are we talking about? Oh yeah, Risner's back, so maybe he can play two guard spots at the same time, man. So we built up such a random collection of memes, and sometimes when I go through them, like I don't remember the genesis of them, but I'll take it. This looks pretty good. But your thoughts are thoughts. Risner talked about resigning with the Vikings. Also went on a restaurant rant, which is beautiful. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.